What's up guys, my name is David, welcome back to Basically Star Wars, and Mandalorian Season 2 is upon us. I stayed up till midnight to watch this, and it is a solid episode. I'm going to break it all down, talk about it, my thoughts, my concerns, all of it, but overall it was a great episode. I'm so happy Star Wars is back, we're getting amazing Star Wars content, and most importantly, I'm happy that the fans are happy. There seems to be a universal consensus on The Mandalorian, which is great. Before we break down the episode, let's get into some shoutouts. As I said in my last video, I'm going to start giving out shoutouts to those who subscribe to the podcast channel and let me know in the comment section. And you guys really delivered. There was about 30 new subscribers to the podcast channel, so that means 30 shoutouts. I'm not going to do all 30 today because all of you guys have amazing channels that all deserve attention, so I don't want your channels to be lost in the shuffle of shoutouts. So let's get into these shoutouts. Movie Micah has an amazing film channel where he does lots of rankings and lots of pop culture discussions, mainly surrounding superhero movies and big franchises. After Credits has an amazing film channel, and now he's wearing a suit and has a green screen, so you know he's legit. Nolan Talks Movies makes some of the best video essays I have ever seen, and I'm not just saying that because I'm his friend. Sly the Movie Guy makes amazing movie content and definitely deserves more support, so absolutely go subscribe to him. Neek Nerd / Geeks makes amazing reviews and reaction videos and uploads very consistently, so definitely go give him some support. Fritzky, aka Alex, is a great dude and makes amazing video essays, plus I'm going to be on his podcast very soon. Paul is one of my earliest YouTube friends, and his new channel, which is dedicated to Star Wars content, is absolutely magnificent. The editing and work he puts into each one of his videos is insane, so definitely go give him some support. And last but certainly not least, we have Jennifer Vega. She has been on the grind making daily Halloween content all throughout the month of October. She is one of the hardest working young creators that I know, and she is so close to 200 subscribers, so let's definitely get her to that. Once again, if you want a shout out in an upcoming video, subscribe to the David and Aiden Show podcast, let me know down below, and I will give you a shout out in an upcoming video. That easy. This episode perfectly captures what's so great about The Mandalorian. Everybody has been describing The Mandalorian as a Star Wars space western, and this just went full space western. I mean, from the direction, to the cinematography, to the shot composition, to the music, to the locations. This was totally a western. I think what captured this tone the best was the first couple minutes. You just get to see Mando in action, and it's glorious. I love the boxing arena. That was cool, and Baby Yoda just is adorable in every shot he is in. In this episode, we go back to Tatooine, and immediately when I heard Tatooine, I thought Luke, because a big speculation that I and many people have is that we will see Luke in this season, and I really hope we do. But regardless, when I heard Tatooine, I got a very strong feeling that we're going to see some famous character, and yes, we did. Also, in this episode, it had a surprising amount of just cute moments, like this one moment where Mando's just chilling with some sand people. But anyways, Mando is talking to this guy who owns the bar, and then another guy, the marshal, walks in, and he is wearing Boba Fett's armor. Now, I genuinely thought that this was going to be Boba Fett. We're gonna meet him right here, right now, but he takes off his helmet, and it's some dude. I will say, that shot of him taking off his helmet was absolutely beautiful. So now we start developing the plot of this episode, and I will say this is definitely the weakest part of the episode, unfortunately, the plot. There's a creature in the sand, and the Mandalorian, and the Boba Fett imposter, and then later the village, and the Tusken Raiders have to take him down. It's very generic. Where this episode thrived, in my opinion, was not the plot at all. It was just the little moments and the Easter eggs and just the whole atmosphere of the show, and really just my excitement for what's to come. There we go. Around the midway point of this episode, the Boba Fett imposter was starting to grow on me. I actually really like him. Maybe it's just because he looks like Slade Wilson, but he was giving me Slade Wilson vibes. The backstory that they try to give him, I wasn't really a fan of. I mean, it's not a bad backstory, it was just very basic, and they made it seem a little too dramatic. And continuing the trend of glorious random moments, we have Mando just petting killer ugly puppies. And then just a couple minutes later, we have a sand person brushing the teeth of a bantha. This is the Star Wars content I want. Plot-wise, there's really not much to break down. Of course, they win and they defeat the Beast. At one point where the Beast emerges from the sand, it's so cool that the aspect ratio actually changes. I love that. Then we get to the cliffhanger and the big reveal that everybody's talking about. Right before the episode ends, it goes back to the normal aspect ratio, and then we see Tamora Morrison, aka Boba Fett, with no mask on, cut to black. This was really cool, but also kind of obvious. I mean, his armor is in the show. Of course they're gonna tease him at the end. I kind of knew that was gonna happen, but once again, it was still cool. People are acting like this was the end of a football game, and they throw a beautiful Hail Mary, they win the game. I was more like, I mean, it was 21-7 the entire game, of course they won. But just because my freakout didn't match other people's freakout does not negate that this was an amazing reveal and a great episode, and I cannot wait to see what comes next. I can already just imagine the battle that they're probably gonna have. Oh, I cannot wait. In summary, kind of like what I said earlier, it was a solid episode. The actual plot was kind of average, but the moments and of course the reveal at the end really elevate this episode. I gladly give this episode a solid 8 out of 10. It is a good episode. And that pretty much wraps the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I unfortunately won't be doing a recap for every single episode, but I will be doing a season 2 review when the season ends. Look out for my Last Jedi video because that is coming very soon, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, give or take. Cannot wait for you guys to see that, and once that comes out, I will be on the grind posting videos, hopefully weekly. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. May the Force be with you.